In this video I'll run through the various stop options that are available in IGEMS and at the controller. So there are two types of stop commands that you can have in your program. You can either have M00, which is a forced stop. So if the controller sees an M00, it'll stop the program and wait until the operator hits the play button to continue. Or you can have M01, which is an optional stop. If the optional stop button is turned on in the controller, then when it sees the M01, it'll treat the M01 as a stop the program, and again wait until the operator hits continue. If that button is not turned on, then it just ignores M01s. And in the Ikuhlu controller, to turn that on, down here in the bottom where it shows your current user, just click into this area here, and then you've got this button here to turn on optional stops. So if you want it to use the M01s as a stop, turn that button on so it's green, and it'll stop on the M01s, and turn it off and it'll ignore M01s. Easy enough. So back in IGEMS, if we want to add a stop maybe after these two inside cuts to make sure that the slugs aren't in the way, something like that, to add a stop within a part, up here on the cam tab, click on the edit icon, click on the part. You've got your three cuts in your part, so if we want to stop before the outside cut, highlight in this case cut number 3, and then down here at the bottom you got this red button here, click on this, and then you can type in a message, and then whether you want it to be M00 forced stop, you leave this unchecked. If you want it to be M01, check that box. So in this case here we'll do it as a M00, and then it shows the little red dot there showing that there's a stop before that part. If you ever need to clear that, you can just come down here and click on that again to toggle that on and off. And if we look at the code, so we've got the first cut, second cut, it's going to rapid, and then prior to the pierce for the outside cut, we got the M00 with the note in there, so the operator will see that in the code and know what to do, and then once he's done that, then he can hit the continue button to continue on from there. And I'll go ahead and take that off for now. There is also the option in settings to put in stops. If you want to stop after the first cut in a program, if you click on this gear, strategy, and go to the various tab, you've got options here: stop after first cut, stop after first part. So if we want to stop after the first cut in this program, you can set it either yes or yes but ask, or one of these different options here. And if I check that, then here after the first cut puts in the M00, and this is always going to be an M00. So if you did want the flexibility of that being an M01, then you'd want to do it as I showed you previously, but this here will put in M00. And then similar thing for stopping after the first part, which would be more applicable to a nest that we'll show you here next. So in a nest, if we want to stop after the first part, and again want that to be an M00, we can turn that on with one of these options, and we'll stop after the first part. And there's the first part, and then your M00 before it rapids to the next part. If you're going to be running this nest 10 times and you only wanted to have it stop after the first part on the first nest, then you'd want to do it as I'll show you here next, so you have the option to put in the M01. So similar to doing it on the part level, to do it on a nest like this, click on your order button. We'll click on this rapid here. If you have any questions on how to use the stop commands here, let me know. Thanks. Red stop button there. So if you want to stop after the first part, click on the second part, click on there, and again type in whatever message. If we want to be the M01, check that box there. Similar to before, if you want to turn that off, you can just toggle that on and off there. And now we see that we've got our M01 here. And finally, we'll take a look at how to add a stop to a part that's in 3D5X. I'll just go ahead and bring this part into the 3D area here and just quickly do the auto. So if you want to add a stop going from cut to cut, it's used to be in this window here, but they've moved it. It's now under the rapids area, and here you've got the stop button, and then at the bottom it'll prompt you to select rapid. So if we want to stop going from this cut to the outside cut, you can click on that rapid, and then you might be able to barely see the little red line with a little red X. So if you want to stop at the top of this lift here, you would left click there. If we want to stop here, you'd left click there and put a little red X there, and then again you've got your options to make it the M00 or M01 there. And then if you need to remove it, you can click on the little trash can there, and it's gone. So it lifts up, rapids over, stops, and then after that it would come down and continue. If you have any questions on how to add stops to your programs, let me know. Thanks.